Pinocchio. I've got to admit to you that back when I was originally writing Not Your Mother's Goose, I think I probably wrote more jokes and headlines about Pinocchio than any other character. Whether it was Pinocchio fails polygraph exam, Pinocchio nose job explodes after he's asked, "Did you get a nose job?" It was like the Costco of Pinocchio jokes around my computer. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the actual story here. An Italian woodcutter named Geppetto builds himself a life-sized puppet called Pinocchio, then wishes that it would turn into a real boy. I guess Italy must have had some weird adoption laws at the time or something. No sooner does he say this than a fairy drops by and brings the puppet to life. Well, almost. She remembers to let him move around and think and that kind of stuff, but neglects to make him, how do I put this gently, not wood. Instead, she cuts Pinocchio a deal. Be a good kid, unselfish, honest, occasionally mow the yard, and then she'll turn him into a real boy. Well, this whole just behave yourself experiment is not exactly what you would call a glowing success. Pinocchio promptly runs away from home, joins a puppet show, starts shooting pool, tries to sneak off to Pleasure Island, and invests Geppetto's life savings in the company that invented the Thigh Master. Also, thanks to a little trick contained in the fairy fine print, his schnoz makes like it sniffs some miracle grow and expands every time he lies, which turns out to be frequently. In fact, dork physicists and philosophers have pondered what would happen if Pinocchio ever said, "My nose is about to grow." Ponder on that for a while, especially if you have easy access to hallucinogenic drugs. Pinocchio's shenanigans prove to be no small headache for his father. The trouble finally comes to a head when Geppetto, like so many frustrated parents these days, goes out to sea in search of his piece of crap kid and ends up getting swallowed by a whale. Pinocchio then goes looking for Geppetto, probably just hoping to borrow some cash or something, and gets himself swallowed by Shamu as well. Somehow, though, this all leads to Pinocchio's finest hour. Inside the whale, Puppet Boy makes like any good juvenile delinquent and immediately starts lighting shit on fire. The belly blaze causes the whale to sneeze, and the next thing you know, Geppetto and Pinocchio are spewed forth onto the beach in a massive pile of ashes and whale snot. Now, the whale, who's actually named Monstro, may actually come back and kill Pinocchio in this process, but we're going to kind of skip over that little detail. At this point, the fairy reappears and, seeing what's happened, is so impressed with Pinocchio's bravery and selflessness that she decides he's earned the right to become a real boy. Either that or she realizes that it's going to be way too expensive to keep carrying him on her fairy insurance coverage and she'd better just cut him the hell loose. Regardless, she grits her teeth, closes her eyes, reluctantly says the magic real boy making words, and then wishes upon a star that he never gets a job at a fireworks store. Stay with us. Your news is up next.